People often ask me how I make my videos and what my video making process is, and honestly, it's kinda insane. First off, there's the idea for a video. A lot of people who also make stuff on the internet are often like, but how do you come up with an idea? But honestly, how do you not? It's super weird, but most of my ideas come to me when I'm brushing my teeth. Also, this is not my toothbrush, don't worry, I wasn't using it. I'm always actively thinking about weird things and also about trends that I've seen on the internet. So when an idea sparks, to develop that in my head, I pace. Basically, when I have an idea, I just pace around the room for a good 15 minutes. And while doing this, I pretty much work out the entire idea. Then, when I have the idea, I pop over to my computer if that's still there and otherwise my phone. I then get into the software Evernote, where I have my YouTube stuff divided in folders like vlog, other, comedy, challenges. Though I'm going to change these folders to trending topics, searchable videos, and community banding videos. Now imagine I just got this idea to show my process. I would open up a new file, write down a title, and I write down everything that I'm going to be talking about in these little bullet points. And this is the point where some people are going to call me insane and some people are going to call me a genius. I put down this line and I write down metadata, title, description, and tags. And I write down some of these title ideas. This is the point where I start to film stuff. A big part of the high energy type of filming that I do is constantly change place. I'm changing the location of the camera and the ISO settings all the time. And if you're actually curious what that looks like when I do it without cutting it, this is it. Pretty insane, right? Now, of course, when I'm going somewhere, like when I prank my friends or something, or I'm doing some weird shenanigan where I have to go somewhere, this takes a little bit longer. But once I'm done, I sit down and put all of my files on the computer in the designated folder. In my documents, I have videos, and then I put them in raw footage. And depending on what the video is, this is what I call a vlog. I put down a new folder, and inside that folder, I make more folders for footage, thumbnails, and graphics. The next step is to put the footage, well, on there. The next step, before I actually put it on there, is that I take a couple of thumbnails. Now what I do is I put the camera on a tripod, make sure it's well lit, hit the timer, and then pose for a thumbnail. Now, since I hate this picture, I'm gonna be taking a couple more. Something I'll often do when I'm holding something is first taking a picture of me, and then taking a separate one of whatever I'm holding. People often tell me, Quinten, your YouTube work ethic is amazing, the quality of your video is really good, and you're so super great at drawing elephants. And well, thank you. Then I open up a new file in Premiere and save it in the designated folder. I drag in the footage folder and the graphics folder if it has anything on there, and then after failing the first time, I'll do it correctly the second. Then, after realizing I was dragging it into the wrong panel, I attempt it for the third time, because third time is the charm. The first thing I do is cut away all the silences of the video. Because no matter how much you like my videos, I'm pretty sure you don't want to watch me be silent for 20 seconds. Then again, I don't know what kind of videos you watch. After cutting up the whole thing, I add some color. If needed, I add the music, B-roll, graphics, all of that. I'm not gonna show you that because this is not an editing tutorial or a tutorial at all. This is really me talking to you, being open about my process because people are curious. Then I make my thumbnail. And I am really passionate about thumbnails because so many people would just take a picture or maybe even a screenshot, get the type tool and go, there we go, got some text on there, thumbnail's done. And like, no, the thumbnail is the first thing people see. Do you want that to be the first thing people see? Instead, I turn the thumbnail into something like this. Everything about this design has a psychological decision. A face on the left side of the thumbnail makes it more clickable. Garen colors in the background and oversaturated me also makes it more clickable. Large but simple text make it more clickable. And I highlight the word that makes people click it most. Since most people struggle with the idea and not per se anything else, that's why I highlighted the word idea. Now we're getting to a point where a lot of small YouTubers are like, oh, but I don't want to do that. And I feel like this is truly the thing that separates small YouTubers who actually want to do this and people who are just like, yeah, but I made a joke, why am I not famous yet? Not to pat myself on the back for doing this, but you know. This step makes me research if my video idea is actually searchable. So I type in things like how I make videos. Now I see that has 264 million results. I aim to stay under 500,000 results. Also, my keyword analyzing tool says that there is way too much competition, so this is just not a good one. So what if I say how I make YouTube videos? That has even more results. My video making process. Oh, I misspelled that. 19 million, still a lot. So I also have this, Morning Fame, which is actually a paid tool that is super useful for all of this kind of stuff. You basically type in what you want to make your video about, and it also tells you uncommon keywords which are very suitable for smaller channels. Now I'm gonna be honest with you, normally if you do this well, you do it before actually making a video. But since I'm doing daily videos in April, I can't be too picky, so I would do it afterwards, which is not the smartest thing, because right now the only thing that is there is how I edit my YouTube videos, and I 100% don't talk about that, so that's just not a good one. But now that I searched for my video making process, uncommon keywords here are stuff like travel vlog, no, behind the scenes, maybe, how to make a YouTube video. That would fit really well. So I click that and choose it for step 3 of this tool, and it's gonna tell me how likely I am to rank first page based on subscribers, so no, views, well no, likes and comments, no, or relevancy, yes. It also tells me that I would rank 6th on the first page if I do everything well, so I'm gonna choose this for the next and final step. So basically, the more relevant you keep it, the better your score is. For example, now it's an F because I removed the T from 2, so if it's exactly the search term, it suddenly went up. But I choose to sacrifice a little bit of this to make it a bit more honest by adding something like my process. This shows you it's not 100% a tutorial, but it's more like me explaining what and how and why I do things. What I do next is I write a lengthy description that is fully optimized for a lot of keywords, and at least in the first 2 lines has the title, or at least the targeted keyword, somewhere in the sentence. Then I write down tags and I see how high I can get, and I would end up getting an A for relevance. I copy all of this into the initial file on Evernote, so I have everything set up for when I'm uploading the video and I don't have to think about it again. I can just copy it and paste it into the uploader. So then you can of course just sit back and no! That's when you promote your video. What I used to do is I would put 3 video links on Twitter the first 2 days that a video went live, because those are important days. And since I already tweet like 15 times a day, it wasn't like spammy, but I would still feel like it's a bit much, so I actually stopped doing that. When a video goes live, it gets automatically tweeted. Then a little bit later, I add one of my own with a trackable link. And lastly, I schedule in a teaser clip for the day after to go live, because that's your next step. Create little teaser clips, preferably with subtitles. Put them in a rectangle form for like Instagram stories and in a square form for any other social media. And don't forget the subtitles. Then you can put those on social media like Facebook, Instagram stories, Instagram. Basically, I try to put it everywhere where I can. And since it's a teaser and already gives like value or a joke or something to the audience, it's not like spamming. Well, as long as you don't keep posting it over and over. But yeah, if your video has a specific subject, you can look for Facebook groups or anything where you can put it in, but be sure, don't spam it. Make sure that they allow people to actually post stuff in there or talk to people, and at some point when they are curious, just give it to them. Another really important thing, in my opinion, I keep my ending short, abrupt, and I always give you another video that you might like that you can click on. Completely different note, but yesterday I attempted to do special effects makeup by following a tutorial, and I absolutely failed miserably. So if you're curious about seeing that video, you can click the end card right now or a link in the description. But above all, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I would love to see you next time.